Psalm 78 is a psalm that tells of God's faithfulness to the people of Israel. And in fact, it's a psalm that instructs us to tell the next generation the story of God's faithfulness. It recounts how God brought the people out of Egypt, how he rescued them from slavery and from Pharaoh's clutches, how he allowed them to pass through the Red Sea, which then covered up Pharaoh's army. And then in verse 17 it says, "Yet they still continued to sin against him, to rebel against the Most High in the desert. And in their heart they put God to the test by asking food according to their desire. Then they spoke against God. They said, 'Can God prepare a table in the wilderness? Behold, he struck the rock so that waters gushed out and streams were overflowing. Can he give us bread also? Will he provide meat for his people?'" And I think that we see there that the people of Israel were sort of a, "What have you done for me lately?" What have you done for me lately relationship with God. That they so quickly forgot that God had brought them out of Egypt and what he had accomplished in doing that. They so quickly forgot that he had taken them through the Red Sea safely and that Pharaoh's army had not been able to pursue them. They so quickly forgot that when they were thirsty, he provided water. And so then they're asking, "Well, okay, so you gave us water. Now are you going to give us meat? Now are you going to give us bread? Now are you going to feed us?" And I think that often in our own lives, we can fall into that same trap. We forget what God has done for us. We forget that he has supplied our greatest need, salvation from sin through Jesus. We forget that he has washed away the guilt of our sin, that he has separated our sin as far as the east is from the west, that he says that he will remember them no more. We forget his faithfulness on a daily basis, that he gives us breath to breathe, that he has provided shelter, that he has provided nutritious food for us, that he has provided work. And when we hit those times in our lives where things aren't going so smoothly, we're quick to say, "What are you going to do for me now, God?" Just like the people of Israel. And so I would encourage us today to examine our own hearts and to see, is there an attitude there of grumbling and complaining? Do we feel like God is just some genie in a bottle that we should be able to rub the bottle and get him to grant our wishes and then to grant the next wish and the next? Or do we look with gratitude on what God has already done for us? Do we trust in his love and compassion and care for us? And do we throw ourselves daily on his mercy so that we can get through whatever the day holds, knowing that the God who has provided in the past, the God who has provided our salvation, is with us today and promises to hold us into the future?